and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. For the past 2 years on my blog, Always in High Heels, some of the top posts have been about cream bronzers. Today I have the top 4 most popular cream bronzer products with me, and we are going to compare and contrast them and see which one is the best. I don't know about you guys, but personally I have had a very long relationship with cream bronzers. I bought one from MAC like over 10 years ago. It was a summer launch. It had this green packaging. I will never forget it. I used the entire thing. MAC never relaunched it, never came out with another one, so I've been searching for the perfect cream bronzer ever since. That led me to finding the original Chanel bronzer, and then last year Huda Beauty launched their cream bronzer, and then this year in the summer of cream bronzers we had launches from both Tarte Cosmetics and Fenty Beauty. So let's go through each of these one by one, talk about the pros and cons, and then we'll discuss which one is the best packaging, the best price, the best size, and then the best cost per size. Let's get started. As we go through these products today, I'm going to go through them in chronological order by launch date. So first, we're going to go with the OG cream bronzer, the Chanel. This is the Soleil Tan De Chanel. It is a universal bronzing base. As you can tell, I've had this one for a really long time. When it comes to this Chanel bronzer, of course, the packaging is gorgeous. You guys know I'm a huge fan of very simple, classic. Love the little gold Chanel logo, that black and acrylic that I love. It's also very large. You get a lot of product. On the other hand, it does cost $50. So this is the most expensive of the 4 most popular cream bronzers, but it does last a long time. The other downside to the Chanel bronzer is that it only comes in 1 shade. It says it's a universal shade that should flatter all skin tones. However, I know makeup is not one size fits all, so I'm not really sure about that claim. It is kind of disappointing that there aren't at least 2 or 3 shades, so you could go a little bit lighter or darker depending on what you need. Here is a swatch of the Chanel bronzer. I did kind of blend it out. In the package, there is just a tiny subtle bit of sheen to the product, but it's not super shiny or apparent on the skin. Just enough to give you a little bit of a glow. I'll go ahead and leave this swatch on my arm so we can compare it to the other 3 bronzers. Next came the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzing Cream. This product is $30 and comes in 5 shades. I have the shade Light, which is the second to lightest shade. This is completely matte with no shimmer. Again, this is the Chanel. This is the Huda Beauty in Light. When it comes to packaging, the Huda Beauty packaging is super similar to the Chanel. It's the black lid with the acrylic packaging, but it is square instead of round, and it's a little less substantial than the Chanel. I don't mind the square packaging. I think it's still really pretty. I think this is really pretty. I like that this one comes in 5 shades ranging from fair to deep, and that really gives you kind of that spectrum to give you the lighter and darker shades. Next, we have the Tarte Cosmetics Breezy cream bronzer. This packaging does come with a mirror, but I think it's awfully tiny for the size of the packaging, and I think the outer packaging is my least favorite simply because it's the least substantial. It is plasticky, it feels a little cheap, but it does have a nice pan size. I don't mind the oval shape. It fits very nicely with the Tarte Breezy cream bronzer brush, but I don't know, it's just not as elegant as the others, and that's just my personal preference. It does come in 3 shades. I have the lightest of the 3, which is called Seychelles, and it is $29. This is the Tarte Breezy Cream Contour as compared to the Huda and the Chanel. Last but not least, we have the new Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. I have the shade Amber. It's not technically the lightest shade, but it is the coolest shade. It is a cool tone shade made for lighter contour. As you can see, the packaging has a really nice size mirror. It is almost the entire inside of the little compact, and the outside is this fun, reflective, bronzy shade, making it easy to call out as your contour in your makeup bag. The Fenty Cream Bronzer does come in 7 shades and is $32. Now I've added the Fenty cream bronzer in amber to go along with the other three, and you can tell the difference in the shade of this cream bronzer that is made for cooler tones. That's very different from these warmer bronzy shades up here. Okay, now let's break down the numbers and see how all of these cream bronzers compare. When it comes to contouring, one of the most important things is finding the right shade. So when it comes to shade range, Fenty definitely comes out on top with 7 shades. That gives you a really great opportunity to find the right shade for you, especially since it comes in the shade amber with the cooler undertones. The reason you want to find the right shade for your contour, this is primarily where I contour right here, you want to make sure that the color of your contour matches the natural shadows that fall on your skin. Generally, the easiest way is to match this shadow right here. For me, my shadows run a little bit cooler and more ashy, more of a gray than a golden brown, which is why I always get super excited when brands include cool undertones. When it comes to overall packaging, it's no surprise this one has to go to the Chanel because there's nothing more gorgeous on your vanity than this sleek, gorgeous, classic packaging. As always, when it comes to packaging, Chanel knows what they're doing. Next, let's talk about price. The least expensive of all of the cream bronzers is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer. Not only is the full size the least expensive of the 4, but the lightest shade, Seychelles, also comes in a mini, which is only like $14. So if you don't want the full size, you just want this for special occasions, summer, just some light no makeup days, this is a really great option, especially when it comes to the mini. These next two categories, price and price per gram, let's talk about each product individually, and then I'll give you the ultimate winner for each category. The Chanel bronzer has 30 grams of product. The Huda bronzer has 12 grams of product. The Tarte bronzer has 16 grams of product. The Fenty bronzer has 6.23 grams of product. That means the Fenty bronzer has the least amount of product by almost half of the next smallest. Huda Beauty was the next smallest with 12 grams. Again, Tarte had 16 grams and Chanel had 30, which gives Chanel the largest pan size of the bunch. Now I know when you're shopping for new products, the size and the price can be a little bit deceiving. So I broke down the cost of each gram of product in each of these bronzers. Going by cost per gram, the most expensive product of the 4 most popular cream bronzers is the Fenty Beauty. The Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer is $5.14 per gram of product. The next most expensive is Huda. At $30 for 12 grams, the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzing Cream is $2.50 per gram. Next up, the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer. At $29 for 16 grams, it's $1.81 per gram. Last but not least, at $50 for 30 grams, the Chanel bronzer is $1.67 per gram. That makes the Chanel bronzer your best buy. And that just goes to show that when it comes to buying makeup, don't just look at the cost. You have to take everything in as a whole, because even though this is the most expensive by a lot, you also get more product by a lot, which makes it less expensive in comparison to how much product you're actually getting. However, when it comes to a deal, this Tarte bronzer is your best bet. At $29 and $1.81 per gram, this is definitely your best budget buy. So here are my final thoughts. When it comes to packaging, Chanel is my winner. When it comes to price, Tarte is the winner. When it comes to shade range, Fenty is the winner. When it comes to size, Chanel is the winner. And when it comes to cost versus size, Chanel is your winner with Tarte a close second. Overall, my two favorites are obviously the Chanel and the Tarte. I think the Chanel is fantastic if budget isn't an option, and if this shade works for you. It's gorgeous, it lasts forever, it's a classic, and it's Chanel. But on the flip side, the Tarte is amazing. I am wearing it today. I've been reaching for this quite a bit lately. It's super creamy, and I'm really obsessed with this brush. They're amazing together. I didn't know how I would feel about this brush, but I really love it. And you know, I'm a huge fan of a great deal, so I'm super excited to have found this one. I love the cost for the amount of product. It does come in 3 shades, which isn't a huge range, but it does give you a little bit of variety. It gives you more than the Chanel. But in reality, all 4 of these cream bronzers are awesome. They're all amazing for summer. They're all great brands. They're all about the same price. And ultimately, it's going to come down to what's best for you, what's most important for you, which one has the best shade for you, the price that's in your price range, or even if you're super brand loyal to one of these brands. It's your prerogative. Beauty is personal. Do what makes you happy. But I know makeup can be confusing, especially when a bunch of brands launch the same type of product at once. And since these products have been so popular on my blog, I really wanted to take a minute, break things down, really figure out the pros and cons of each product, and hopefully give you guys a better idea of which one is best for you. I do have blog posts up on each of these bronzers except the Chanel, so I will leave those links in the description box and you guys can check those out too. I hope you guys enjoyed this cream bronzer battle. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Also, don't forget to let me know in the comments which of the cream bronzers is your favorite, the Chanel, the Huda, the Tarte, or the Fenty. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for taking time to hang out with me. I love being here with you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I launch a new video, and I will see you guys next time.